Today we demonstrate how we prepared and applied epoxy paint, spread epoxy chips, and sealed this garage floor, and got it to look like this. We first used a pressure cleaner with some degreaser to get any oil or grease off the surface. One of these pressure washer surface cleaners do a great job without getting water all over the walls. For more info on this tool, see the link in the description with the rest of the tools and materials we used. I'll also put a link to a video review I uploaded years ago on this channel showing the surface cleaner. It's very important to make sure the surface is completely dry and free from any debris, and this is also the last chance to patch and fill cracks in deep craters. We decided to use this made-up kit of items I took off the shelf that can be purchased individually at Home Depot. They also sell a kit in one box made up with all the items included here and more. We purchased 2 gallons of gray concrete garage 1-part epoxy coating, 3 bags of decorative colored chips, 1 gallon of concrete brick and tile sealer, and this not only seals the gray epoxy coating, but also is appropriate for sealing the decorative chips to the epoxy. We have 4 epoxy rollers, and they will be used for both epoxy paint and sealer. After a good stir, pour the epoxy in the tray. Using a paint roller on a pole, soak it well and start rolling. We also tape the brush to the end of a broomstick to take care of the edges and corners. If working alone, this should be done before rolling the epoxy paint on the floor, so not to waste time for the paint surface to prematurely dry before the next step, in which, as you'll see, it's very important. After covering about 1/3 of the floor length with epoxy paint, we sprinkle epoxy chips to the desired thickness, in which we went pretty thick to hide some of the imperfections of the concrete. Just throw them up in the air and go with your taste. Also make sure to be quick about it so they stick to the epoxy paint surface before it dries. The more wet the paint, the more the chips will stick. Along with the first section, we painted and applied chips to the overhead garage door threshold where the seal lands here. This is so it dries before the end of the day and not stick to the seal when we close the garage door tonight. Application here depends on your taste. You can choose to leave it concrete if you like. We continue to roll the next section and overlap the finished section a few inches. We sprinkle epoxy chips to the desired thickness to match the previous section. Then we finish applying the gray epoxy to the last section. And sprinkle the epoxy chips to it. And before the next step, we're going to let it dry for 24 hours. But we wait till the end of the day to close the garage door. Next day, using a fine broom, we softly sweep the surface. This will pick up the chips that are not stuck to the painted surface. Most of it is what landed on the top of the other chips. These can also be reused if needed. Before applying sealer to the floor, we decide to paint all around the bottom of the walls, just below the side doors threshold, using the same epoxy gray paint. This will make it easier to clean since this is often the area that gets dirtier. Due to lack of time, we did have to leave the left side of the wall for the next day. But we apply the clear sealer to the whole floor. This will protect and bond the paint and epoxy chips. As we apply it, it's a little milky, but as it dries, it's very clear. It also appears very shiny at first, but as it dries, it looks more like a semi-gloss. If there's spots that need more chips, this is the time to fill in those areas. After a few hours, we added the next coat of sealer, making it a total of 2 coats. And we did apply more in heavy trafficked areas. Plus, we have left over for at least another coat for future touch-ups. So tomorrow we finish painting the bottom of the wall on the left side and touch up the white paint in some areas, and we'll be all done. It is recommended to not park the vehicle on the painted surface for at least a week, and read the manufacturer's recommendation to clean the surface. And that's about it. Thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you along the way, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. See the description for links of tools and materials used in this video, and you all have a great day.